Okay, guys, this is not going to be my usual kind of videos. It's not going to be my normal kind of videos. It is something that's been put in my heart. It's something that's been laid in my heart to tell someone. And I really do not know who I might be talking to, but I'm convinced in my spirit that someone out there has this message. Times are tough. Things are hard, especially for those of us that live in Nigeria. Things has gradually shifted from the normal ways it used to be to where we have found ourselves today. It has become so difficult to live and even survive in this system. It's become so difficult to even feed. A lot of persons are finding it so difficult to feed. A lot of persons are going through a lot. People are suffering things, different things, going through different things just to be alive. People are doing things they don't intend to do. People are making mistakes they ordinarily wouldn't have made if things were fine, just to survive. And I've come to think to myself, if it is being this difficult for people to survive alone, for individuals to survive, how much more relationships, how much more marriages, how much more homes? It's something that's been very difficult for me to analyze. How are homes surviving? How are relationships coping up? How are people finding it very easy to understand themselves living together in this kind of economic situation? In this economic situation where businesses are crashing down, people are losing their jobs, people are losing their source of livelihoods, and I kept thinking, what is the possibility for marriages to survive this period? What is the possibility for relationships to survive and make it through this period? In as much as things are hard, in as much as people are struggling to live, in as much as it is difficult to maintain sanity at this point, if you want your relationship to survive at this point, there are certain things I think you should avoid. There are certain things I think you should avoid at this point. And number one thing I think you should avoid at this critical time, especially if you're into a relationship or you're married, is do not be pressured into doing things that you will regret if things finally gets better. Avoid the pressures of social media, avoid the pressures that's coming from friends, avoid the pressures that's coming from any situation or anything that would make you do anything that you will finally regret if things gets better. That's something that I always tell myself, especially when I find myself in situations where I don't know what to do at the point when I find myself in difficult situations. I always tell myself, this too shall pass. So I'm telling you now, this too shall pass. So don't allow yourself to be a victim of being pressured into doing things that you would finally regret when things get better, because surely things will get better. Number two, do not lash out at your partner. They are not the cause of the problem. Instead of lashing out, see it as a period to put heads together to work out ways to get over this, to work out possible ways to come out of this situation, to work out possible ways things can get better for you guys. It is not the best period to lash out. It is not the best period to blame anyone. It's not the best period to play blame games. It's not the best period to do anything that would make your partner think that he or she is the cause of your problem or the problems. They are not the cause of the problem. Now, instead of lashing out, put your heads together to find out means to come out from this whole situation. Put your heads together to find out possible ways you can make it through this situation. Now, I'm speaking from the guy's perspective. As a man, it is no man will be happy seeing his family or watching his family suffer or go through hard times and not be able to do anything. It's only a stupid man that would appreciate his family to suffer and go through pains just to survive. And in as much as that is the reality, do not feel as a man that you're the only one that's going through things. Do not feel that you're the only one that's going through pains. It's quite obvious that your wife herself is not happy seeing you go through those things. Your woman herself is not happy seeing you go through those pains just to put food on the table, just to provide for them, just to make them happy. She is not happy that you have to go through those hustles, those pains, those stress, just to make them feed, just to make them feel happy, just to provide for them. So she's equally going through a lot emotionally. And women, I understand you guys are very good in putting things together, managing things, turning things that are little into something big. This is the best time to manage everything that you have as a family to come out of this successfully. Think about coming out of this whole thing with your love life intact, with your relationship intact, with your partner intact, and with your family singing a new song. So it's nobody's fault. Do not lash out at anybody. Everybody's going through something. Number three, do not expect so much from your partner. Maybe your partner is this person that does all the beautiful things before he does all the cute things. She runs all over you. She cares so much. She does those little things. And suddenly, because of the whole thing, you're no longer singing those things again. She's no longer doing those things again. He's no longer doing those things. He's no longer doing those little beautiful things. And you're feeling that he has lost love for you or she has stopped loving you. No, everybody's dealing with things now. Everybody's going through things now. The, only the emotional trauma alone is enough to make you lose focus. So don't think they don't love you. They will come around. This whole thing is going to be over someday. So don't over expect from your partner. Appreciate the little they do. Appreciate whatever efforts they put in to make you smile. Appreciate everything and always remind them that they are so much important in your life. Always remind them that you are so excited to have them in your life and you stand by them to go through this whole situation together. So in as much as we're going through this whole thing, let's learn to balance our love life. Let's learn to still keep it real. See, relationships strengthen their bonds, especially during difficult times. I'm a witness. I'm a witness to this. So try as much as you can to make sure that you still keep the pace at which you love your partner. Don't expect too much, but always try to do the little things. Always try to show them that you care. Always try. Don't be over engaged. Don't be over entangled with what you're going through that you let your relationship suffer. Try, but do not expect too much. Number four, try to be soft to your partner, even in your spoken words. This is not the best time to use harsh words. This is not the best time to use all those words that causes emotions. This is not the best time to talk the way you want. It's not the best time to talk down on anybody. It's not the best time to use words that will definitely not mean well to your partner or sound well to your partner. Be nice, be soft, treat them nicely. If you have any possible means of making them understand that you still love them and you still appreciate them being in this whole struggle with you, do it. It is not too big, it's not too little. Try to be soft, try to accommodate, try to reach out, try to pay attention, try to instead of fighting over little issues, because in this kind of period, every little thing, if you don't take time, becomes a big thing and you fight over it. But if you deal with it and approach it with understanding, if you decide to put heads together to understand that this whole thing is going to pass someday, definitely it will pass. Soft spoken words does some magic that we really do not expect. Don't feel because responsibilities are too much. Don't feel because you're so much engrossed into what you're going through. Don't feel because demands are too much and you lash out at her and you lash out at your partner. It's so much equal now. We're all going through things. So whenever she comes to you, whenever he comes to you, be soft. Accommodate them. Even if they ask something that you can't do at this point, still try to work it out in your head. Dish out a very soft approach. Do not, because responsibilities are too much and you start lashing out, you start being repulsive, you start being annoying, you start acting in a way that will make your partner feel unsafe and insecure around you. Try to balance the whole thing. Try to be soft. Try to approach things with ease and with a very soft mind, with a very calm spirit, this too shall pass. Number 5, see this period as the best time to pray together. Every relationship that wants to survive the taste of time must have God as a major ingredient. So instead of complaining and seeking for ways to do it yourself, go to God in prayer, talk to God as a union, approach things in prayer. You never can tell which of you will attract the face of God very fast. So see this period as a period to bond more spiritually. See this period as a period to pray together and stay together. I hope this video is helpful to you, and if it is, please like this video and share this video. And remember, love deeply, date smartly.